Our story, my daughter, just to preface, my daughter Amelie was born a healthy 5 pounds. We were fortunate; she didn't have any health issues or complications. So when I share our story, it's through the lens of I was turned into a medical mom. It wasn't a situation that we had been dealing with from the onset of her birth. So everything to me is like, wow, I didn't know families actually go through this. So my daughter, April 9th of 2020, I'm loading the dishwasher. If anyone wants to go back, April of 2020, pandemic, we were told 2 weeks. Then it got pushed to an extra 2 weeks. So we were just home hanging out. And as I'm loading the dishwasher, my daughter collapsed on the kitchen floor. In the first moment, I thought she was joking. And when I proceeded to go pick her up, she was extremely stiff. And her eyes were rolling to the back of her head. And within seconds, blood just started pouring out of her nose. In that moment, I that those first moments where everything happened, it's so blurry in my head because I know I was running on adrenaline. So all I remember is trying to figure out where my phone was. I think my boys were playing with my phone. And I remember running into the middle of my street, screaming, asking for help. Like it wasn't even connecting. Like I was screaming for help, and then I I banged on a neighbor's door to help me because I was just so distraught, and it was just me at home with the boys. So I told my boys to stay. I remember I don't even know what I told them. I don't even know if I told them to stay inside. To be honest with you, I don't know. Because I didn't even speak to the paramedics. It was my neighbor who took the phone. Yeah, I don't recall speaking with them. And again, like, it's such a blurry um vision, and frankly I probably suppressed that memory out. That's why I just remember the initial, and then I remember getting in an ambulance. The in between is very fuzzy. uh, they had no idea. They asked me what happened, and they're probably looking at me like I'm lying to them because they're like, what happened? And I do remember saying to them, I don't know. I was loading the dishwasher. Maybe she hurt her spine. She hurt her spine. I think she hurt her spine. Maybe her back hit the corner of the dishwasher and she hurt something. And that's what I kept saying. I remember we got to the Red Deer Hospital. They were asking me what happened. They're trying to assess her, and I'm telling them, I'm like, she was fine. She had been. I'm like, I think because she had been cutting 2 teeth. So I said, she didn't have the greatest appetite the past 2-3 days, but this morning she ate all her oatmeal. Um, she was doing great. She was playing with her brothers. I was loading the dishwasher. I think she hurt her spine, right? So they're trying to assess her, trying to figure out what's going on. While all that's going on, I just remember a nurse holding up my daughter, and she just vomits, like, I would say a cup worth of like coagulated blood. The pediatrician attending to her says, we need to do an x-ray. So they do an x-ray, and in that x-ray you see what looks like a nickel right in her throat. And I'm like, oh, she swallowed a nickel? And the doctor looks at me, she's like, I don't think so. I think this is a battery. The doctor looks at me, she says, we need to intubate her, and we are going to see if we can sign her to the Stollery Hospital in Edmonton, which is an hour and a half from where I live, because I live in Red Deer, which is in central Alberta, or we're going to send her to Calgary, to Children's Hospital. The pediatric ambulatory team comes from Edmonton to Red Deer to pick her up. They let us know, okay, please meet us in Edmonton at the hospital. Please don't drive behind us. You're probably going to get there before we do. Just giving us all the information. And again, remember, we're in the middle of the pandemic. So I've been by myself the whole time. Her dad is not allowed to be with me.